Well, there is major news from Club FC Barcelona over a bid they submitted in the morning. And also, Xabi Alonso has arrived at Chelsea. He did a press conference. We are going to talk about that. And also, Real Madrid, there are some two major players here. They are going to stay at Real Madrid. We are going to talk about these players. This is Mr. Marfo Sports, and here we talk about major football analysis. We analyze the game, and also we talk about major transfers you are supposed to know. So stay tuned, grab your popcorn, and enjoy us. But make sure you like, you subscribe, and you put us on post notifications. So when you drop a content, you'll be the first person to view. When you go to Chelsea, Xabi Alonso has arrived. And the most interesting part about the arrival of Xabi Alonso is the reception the Chelsea Football Club gave to Xabi Alonso. Xabi Alonso was excited. I think one key thing he talked about was how excited he was when the Chelsea project was being, discussed with him. The type of players he was going to coach. Because you know Xabi Alonso as a manager really loves to coach young players. He's interested in elevating young players, doing something with young players. So when he heard of the Chelsea project, he didn't even think twice. He thought of, let me coach Chelsea because I know with Chelsea, I'm going to do something better. So that's from the side of Xabi Alonso. He was really happy to hear and Chelsea is going to make him the coach. So he has arrived. Today, there were Chelsea players are training in there. You can see Liam Delap, someone like Joao Pedro, Estivao, a lot of players, a lot of key players arrived at the first training section under Xabi Alonso today, and it was exceptional. It was exceptional. And I think Alonso is comfortable with the Chelsea Football Club, the crop of players he is going to manage, and it's very interesting. Now, Willy Caballero, you know Willy Caballero, former Chelsea goalkeeper and also former Manchester City goalkeeper and also the Argentine goalkeeper. Caballero has been offered a role at the Enzo Maresca staff. So as a staff of Enzo Maresca, Willy Caballero is going to join the Enzo Maresca staff at Manchester City. As it stands, I don't know whether he's going to be a goalkeeper's trainer, he's going to be an assistant coach. I don't know yet, but if there is any confirmation, I'll be bringing it out to you. And when we go to Barcelona, you know, in the morning, Barca submitted a bid of 20 million to Borussia Dortmund for Karim Adeyemi. It's been reported Dortmund has rejected the 20 million euros. Dortmund is demanding 40 million euros. And even the closest is 35 million euros. And do you think Barca should pay this kind of amount to Borussia Dortmund for Karim Adeyemi? And to me, I just feel at this point, Barca should play their cards very well concerning Adeyemi. They shouldn't overpay and they shouldn't underpay. The thing is, underpay means you are disrespecting Borussia Dortmund as a club because it's their player and the quality of Adeyemi. I can't tell you for a fact that you should underpay for him, but Barca shouldn't overpay. But they should sit down and negotiate a good price with Borussia Dortmund. I think 20 to 30 million will be a good deal for a 24-year-old Karim Adeyemi. 30 million will be a good deal. But 35, 40, considering the injury history of Karim Adeyemi, wouldn't be a good deal for Barca. So Barca shouldn't underpay concerning Karim Adeyemi, and they shouldn't overpay too. Shouldn't more overpay on Karim Adeyemi. It's not going to be a good thing. And when you go to Real Madrid, yesterday Aurelien Tchouameni renewed his contract. And already there were news circulating say Aurelien Tchouameni is going to leave Real Madrid because of the whole issues, the tension between he and Federico Valverde. Multiple reports talked about the fact that there will be a time where there will be tension in the dressing room because of their past history concerning what really happened. So everyone thought one of Valverde and also Tchouameni was supposed to go. And on a normal, if you are comparing it between Tchouameni and Valverde, who is supposed to leave the club, I think Tchouameni was closer to the exit door more than Federico Valverde. But after yesterday, it has been confirmed Jose Mourinho was the one who played a key factor in these players staying at the club. So Jose Mourinho was the guy. Only Florentino Perez, Edin Como, and Jose Angel Sanchez, Yuri Kalefatimo, Edin Como over this player called Abrantia Efren. He said that's Aurelien Tchouameni and also Federico Valverde to stay because they'll be integral members of his project. You know, Jose Mourinho is more of a defensive-oriented coach. He needs players who are ready to work. And the profiles of Federico Valverde and also Aurelien Tchouameni is a Jose Mourinho kind of players. Players who are workaholic on the pitch. Someone like Jude, very workaholic. Jose is going to use these players in an efficient way. So Jose thinks these players are supposed to stay at the club and compete. With anything that happened is in the past and they are supposed to solve it. And at the end of the day, it will help the club. Jurgen Klopp. Klopp has agreed a contract with the German national team. I think it's almost done. That's 90% done. And the only thing remaining right now is the contract extension. The signing of the contract. And it's up to 2030. So the future of the German national team will be in the hands of Jurgen Klopp. The revolution of the German national team starts with Klopp. So Klopp is going to be the ideal manager for the German national team in the upcoming Euros qualifiers. And also, if they qualify, he is going to take them to the Euros after Julian Nagelsmann was being sacked by the German national team. So Klopp will come into the German national team, and I think there is going to be a revolution. I've talked about the German national team from the onset, that they will need a project. They will need a national developmental sports program. And to get a national developmental sports program, you need a coach like Jurgen Klopp, who has a track record of developing a team that's in shambles already. He did it with Men's 05. He came to do with Borussia Dortmund. Liverpool, impressive work. I think Liverpool, when we are talking about one of their greatest managers they've experienced in their history, you are not going to exclude the impact of Jurgen Klopp. So Jurgen Klopp was supposed to be part of the development of the German national team, considering his track record to be a manager who is mekano witwi mokra or ya ade yi or no ba na atete no ba be patch ho aye ni. So Jurgen Klopp will be joining the German national team. He has a contract from now until 2020. That's 2030. Sorry, 2030. Barcelona, it's reported Barca has gone for a loan of 210 million euros to facilitate their transfers. But per the reports, player like Anthony Gordon, that money isn't part of the loan. So that money was a generated revenue Barca got, and they used to, get Anthony Gordon. But for the 210, that money will be used to buy Julian Alvarez and also Karim Adeyemi. Julian Alvarez and Karim Adeyemi. And how did Barca get that loan? That's what we have to talk about. Barca contacted a financial institution to grant a loan. And the collateral is the futuristic TV right they are going to get. So the collateral is the future TV right. That's what they are going to use to pay the whole loan they've granted from the financial institution. In the TV loan now, Barcelona emerging in future no. Omudi emubi ene for that loan no. Yes, that's what is going on in Barcelona. They've granted or they've gone for a 210 million euros loan to facilitate their deals they'll be doing in this summer. One thing is, before Hans-Dieter Flick was going on vacation, there was 3 major operations he told Barcelona to complete for him. And these 3 major operations were: 1, the deal of Joao Cancelo to be permanent, and it's closer to being permanent. I think it's 99% done. It left with some details in the paperwork, and the deal will be done. And the second thing was getting a prolific winger, that's Anthony Gordon. And even right now, they are going for explosive winger in the shape of Karim Adeyemi. Although the first bid has been rejected, but I know Barca will push for Adeyemi once again. And he said the Julian Alvarez is the ideal number 9 for FC Barcelona. So these were the main requests of Hans-Dieter Flick. And so far so good. Joao Cancelo is on the verge of joining. Anthony Gordon is done already. The Adeyemi deal will be done, because considering the fact of the players' form and also the amount of money Borussia Dortmund is demanding, Barca will be able to meet that financial conditions. But the only problem has been the Julian Alvarez deal, and they are expecting the situation to be resolved very, very soon. That's the most important thing right now. And The French national team too will be facing the Moroccan national team. Tonight is going to be an interesting matchup. I think since group stages, the tough competition the French national team is going to get since group stages to date will be against the Moroccan national team tonight. Yes. I don't think there has been a team that have tried to, enter the skin of the French national team. Although the Paraguayan national team did that, but not in terms of boot for boot, in terms of quality football. They were just defending and frustrating the French national team. Senegal tried, but they couldn't match up until the end. They lost concentration, and tactically, things didn't go well for the Senegalese national team, and they lost to the French national team. So the Moroccan national team is going to cause a lot of havoc against the French national team. The double pivot of Das, Ayoub Boadi, and Neil El Ainoui, and also Unai as the number 10 is an interesting midfield trio we are going to get in the world of football, currently in the World Cup. The controller is Ayoub Boadi, for instance. I know he will be the one who is going to be the box-to-box or serve as the proper number 8, and the number 10 or the half-space invader is going to be Unai. So it's not a midfield that is unbalanced. It's a balanced midfield. Technically, they are very good with the ball. You can talk about their matchup against Brazil. Interesting. The only time the Moroccan national team struggled in terms of having the ball was against the Canadian national team. And I think it was a proper strategy from the Canadian national team coach, because he felt if you are playing against the Moroccan national team and you go boot for boot against them, they are going to beat you. So he tried to overload the midfield, limit the influence of Ayoub Boadi and also Ainoui to be able to, overcome their midfield. But their coach was smart enough to, consume pressure and also hit them on a counter break. That was what they used to be the Canadian national team. So let's not forget that the Moroccan national team, apart from their ideal philosophy of controlling the game, they are also pragmatic. In games where they suffer to get control, they will sit deep and go on a counter break and get whatever they want. But the French national team have had problems with their midfield in some way. I've said against more technical side, they are going to suffer in a way, because Manu Kone and Rabiot, they are not, ideal midfielders pair that I see to be a balanced midfield. Mikey Olise might find his way against teams like Norway, Paraguay, and also the Senegalese national team, Iran. But against a technical Morocco, Mikey Olise will have a lot of work to do. That's one thing. But in all, it's going to be the efficiency of the French attack and the efficiency and the control of the Moroccan midfield that's going to make the difference tonight. If Morocco gets the proper midfield dominance tonight, they are going to cause a lot of troubles for the French national team. I see the French national team sitting deep against Morocco and controlling transitions. Maybe they will give the balls more times to the Moroccan national team to control, and they will hit them on transition because they are having pacey attackers to control the transition for them. You can talk of Bradley Barcola, Kylian Mbappe, Ousmane Dembele, even the pace of Michael Olise as a number 10. So I see the French national team sitting deep and the Moroccan national team controlling the game at some point. And the individual battles will be interesting because Morocco must count on Unai to perform. They must count on Ayoub Boadi. They must count on a player like Achraf Hakimi, Yassine Bonu, because in stages like this, you are meeting stars like Kylian Mbappe, who attempts a lot in terms of target on goal. So you need the brilliance of Yassine Bonu to be able to save Morocco at the end of the day. And Marc Maignan should step up, because the Moroccan national team too is going to cause trouble in terms of attack. It's going to be a balanced game altogether. But to me, I just feel the French national team will qualify over the Moroccan national team. The Moroccan national team have done incredibly very well, but at this point, they've met a national side that have elite attackers. Even if they are not having a midfield control, they will find ways and means to get the result they want. So I just feel the Moroccan national team, the French national team, is going to qualify tonight. But it will be a difficult game for them. But at the end of the day, the French national team will qualify. Make sure you like, subscribe, put us on post notification so you drop a content, be the first person to view. I'm out.